What's up, guys? Welcome. Rob and Melissa here with Flip Market Flipper.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? Tonight we have a great question and we have a surprise guest that is going to be joining us in a couple minutes.
Yep, in a couple minutes. So our time's a little off. We're in a different time zone. We ventured to a different beach today.
Yeah.
So we're excited that we could still hop on though. And yeah.
For sure.
So,
but this is a great question, guys. We get this asked a lot. Actually, Nicole was the one who wrote in just recently and asked. Yeah, go ahead.
How much money do I need to start a successful flipping biz? So,
which is a great question, and we can get through some stuff with kind of the answer. We'll walk through a couple different ways that you guys can get started in flipping.
It's not as much as a lot of people think.
No, it's not. So you guys can get started in this business, and we'll tell you really for next to nothing. If you guys want to, there are so many ways out there to find great items to be able to flip. And it does not have to cost you $500. It doesn't have to cost you $1,000. A lot of businesses out there that if you start selling, you have to buy inventory, you have to buy a lot of stuff, you have to buy equipment and all that kind of stuff. You do not need that kind of stuff with eBay. It is an amazing business that you can start from your house, and you can start very, very little to nothing on your inventory.
We're gonna dive into that in just a minute. So I lost my train of thought for a second.
Well, yeah. Well, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about a couple ways.
I was going to say, sorry, I did remember. If you have any questions as we go, pop them in the comments, and we'll make sure we get back to them. So, that was my
definitely throw the questions in, guys. While we're talking through this, and when our special guest comes on, you guys definitely throw any questions that you guys have for us. You know, we're here to answer them, help you out any way that we can. But yeah, that's what we're going to walk through, some of the different ways that you're able to start this business without any money or very little money out of investment. So
yeah, we're gonna get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
So again, if you just hopped on, how much money do I need to start a successful flipping business?
Yep.
So as you guys know, we are big fans of not spending a lot of money on buying inventory.
And our comfort zone is probably anywhere from $5 to $50. That's what I like to invest. It's not going to break the bank if you do invest that kind of money at your local flea markets, thrift stores, or even apps on the online apps. If you find stuff for $5 to $50, and it's a bust, which a lot of times it's not a bust, you're doing the proper research before you actually buy anything, then that's not a lot of money to invest to make some good profit. So that is my comfort zone. That's what Melissa and I enjoy, spending very little bit in our inventory. Sometimes we will invest that larger sum of money just because the profits are there, and that's when we'll actually step up to the plate and we'll invest some more money when we have to, but that's not all the time and that's not very often.
No, I never liked the bigger investments anyway, so I was always comfortable with the $20 ones, and that's start. But we get a lot of stuff for free from the trash too. That's a big one. That you guys, a lot of you know that we walk to our downtown every day and we see stuff that people throw away in the same block. And so if we were actually out there looking for stuff, the amount of stuff that we could find is crazy.
Amazing. We've made hundreds, probably thousands of dollars from stuff that has been thrown in the trash. And people just disregard it. They don't want it for whatever reason. They don't want to deal with donating it. Whatever reason, they just put it out on the side of the road and wait for the trash to take it. Now, that's awesome for both parties when we're able to get it out of the trash. It keeps it out of the landfills, which is awesome. But also it puts money in our pocket. So that is one of the ways that we actually do find items for free. We don't have to invest any money into them, and we get them for free, and then we're able to sell them. So that is one of the ways you can actually start this business with no money out of pocket.
And we even did a challenge last year to see what we could get just from something out of the trash. So we started with a chair that we found in the trash. We flipped it for $50 on Marketplace. We took that $50 and bought 2 exercise bikes for $15 and $25, I think. And then we flipped both of those for $500 each. So that was $1,000 right there. And we kept on doing it. We made it about 6 months until we kind of lost track of everything. But we made it to $15,000 cash and $100,000 in inventory.
Over $100,000 in inventory from a chair out of the trash. So it just shows you what is possible
for sure
in this business. That's the amazing thing about the business. You're able to just do some really cool stuff. You're able to find cool stuff and then actually turn it into cash. So definitely that is one of the key features for sure.
So we talked about the trash, and we've covered decluttering so many times, and we talked about that. Like finding stuff in your house is one of the best ways to get started because it's free. I mean, well, you paid for it at one point, but you're not using it.
You're not using it, so you want to declutter and make some money on the stuff that you're not using. So,
and then another great way, which we just posted about this the other day, but is to tell people what you do.
Friends and family. Just people that you know. Let them know what you're doing. Just a couple days ago, we actually sold 2 they're heart rate monitor sets. I don't really know. They're like a polar, you put them on your arm.
Heart rate monitors.
Heart rate monitors, but then they have the chest strap too. And it's for
like a gym.
A gym, like a multi-class spin class or something like that, where you have anywhere from, 15 people, 30 people, something like that. Well, we sold 2 of those, 12 watches a piece. 2 of those in $300. $330 was the first one. I negotiated the second sale, which was another $300. Somebody gave that stuff to us. They were getting rid of it. It was going to go in the dumpster just to get rid of it, and they told us about it. We grabbed the stuff and we brought it back, and then we actually took pictures and sold it. So that's I
tell people get rid of stuff all the time, and they would rather give it to you if they know that you'll sell it. So they'd rather you make the money. So
yeah, I can tell you thousands and thousands of dollars that we have made from people who just they don't want to mess with it. They don't want to throw it away. They don't want to donate it. They know what we do because we're very vocal about what we do, and they're giving us stuff to make money. So that is another excellent way. Just telling people that you're trying to make a little extra money. You're trying to flip stuff. You're trying to sell stuff. And a lot of people that don't even want to mess with it. They'll just come out of the woodworks and tell you, hey, I'm getting rid of this or I'm getting rid of that. If you guys want that, come pick it up. And we have that happen all the time. We have to turn down some stuff sometimes because we get so many people telling us that they know what we do. They want us to make money and they want to give us their stuff.
Yeah, so. And they don't want to mess with it. That's a big part of it. Because sometimes you might feel like, well, if I'm making, they'll feel bad that I'm making money on it. But no, they're about to bring it to Goodwill anyway. So they would rather you have it for the most part. Like that's how, most people's thinking is. And yeah, so we've gotten friends of friends stuff before. Oh, I have a friend that does that. Here, I'll connect you. So yeah. So all sizes and stuff.
Yep.
So let's go through a couple questions real quick, and then we'll bring our special guest on. Let's see. Lots of highs from it to flip it. Oh, a big 0 to start. You're right. Sheldon, hi. Hank and Sandra. Linda, happy to be here. Awesome, guys. Colin sent you a message regarding the 127 yard sale. We'll definitely check it and get back to you.
Yep.
For sure.
Excited about the 127 yard sale. You guys don't know about that. It's a yard sale from Alabama up to Michigan. We've done it for the last 2 years in a row. It's been amazing. Man,
it's a lot of fun.
Made some crazy cash on the stuff that we bought off the yard sale too. So if you do not know that much about it, check it out. Go check out 127, the 127 yard sale. It's on one road, Route 127.
Well, it goes off of 127 and back on.
Yeah.
And off, but that's where it started in Alabama. So,
exactly. So,
but 690 miles of yard sales, flea markets for 4 days long. And actually, we found out you can start the week before, and people are already set up. So we might start that early.
Yeah. Started a little early this year, but it's an amazing trip to be able to do and find some. We take an enclosed trailer with us, load it up with all the goodies that we find on the trip, and then we bring them back and sell them. It's
a fun experience. Yeah. And there's a lot of collectors there, so you have to know that some people are priced really high. But if you look for the ones that have a lot of the junk or like the kind of smaller
yard sale type of
yard sale ones,
they just are trying to liquidate stuff. You can find some great stuff to be able to resell. So cool.
Michael, do you ever barter?
We do. I mean, I'm not against bartering, for sure. If we pay a very little amount of money for something and then somebody wants it who's trading for something that I need, we've done that. I'm trying to think of any instance that I have done that. Sometimes I'll list stuff on Craigslist or offer up and say I'm willing to barter and see what kind of offers I get to come in. But 100% we're willing to barter on the stuff that we get, because like I said, a lot of times if we're spending $5 to $50 on some of this stuff that's worth $500 to $1,000, we have very little money invested into it, and that's an easy way to upgrade your stuff that you're actually upgrade your investment into other stuff that people want to trade for what you have. So 100%, we're not against bartering.
Sherry sold a vintage mouse for $25 in Facebook Marketplace.
Awesome,
good job. Sandra, how would you ask for your friends and family to get free stuff?
It's just telling them what you're doing. Like if you're telling friends and family that you're trying to make a little bit of extra money by selling on eBay, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that. You just let them know the best way to do it is sell something, kind of be excited about what you're doing. And then that's usually when you're kind of saying, hey, I just sold this and made some money. I'm super excited. I'm going to try to get into this flipping a little bit more. Just by putting the word out and letting people know what you're doing. Some people might say, hey, you know what? I got some stuff in my garage that I was going to send to Goodwill. You're welcome to have it if you want to try and sell it. But you'll be surprised at how many people will actually try to give you stuff just by them knowing you're trying to make a little bit of extra money. And we've been doing that for years. And like I said, I cannot tell you how many people just have come out and said, hey, I don't want to throw this away. If you guys want it, please come pick it up. And we've done it a ton.
Especially people are moving and they need to get rid of stuff fast. Hey, I have this stuff. I can't do anything with it. Do you want it? Come take it.
Yeah.
We've had that happen a couple times.
Yep.
And friends of friends do that too. So definitely just letting them know
it's huge.
What you do.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not going to, everybody's not going to be knocking on your door saying, hey, I'll pick up my stuff. But at the same time, you're going to find people who do not want to mess with selling or donating stuff, and if they're going to throw it away or something like that, they're going to call you up before they do it if they know that's how you're trying to make a little extra money.
Yeah.
And just tell them, I'm trying to make a little extra side money. I did this. I sold this item. It worked really well, so I'm going to keep going with it. You can even ask them, do you have anything that you're going to throw away or donate? You can ask them if you don't feel comfortable doing that. Just tell them what you're doing, and then be excited about it and see if they come back later on and say, hey, I got some stuff. If you want it, I'll give it to you. So
you can even put up a Facebook post too on your timeline. Tell people, you start a little side hustle. And if they have stuff to donate, now you might get some donations that aren't really worth anything when you do that. So you might have to, half the stuff you might bring to the donation center anyway, but you never know.
Exactly.
And people will start to know what you do for sure.
Exactly. The trash is a big way. If you're not opposed to going, driving through your neighborhood, a couple of different neighborhoods, more expensive neighborhoods, that higher end neighborhoods usually have some stuff like I'm telling you, they do not want to deal with donating. When they get a new washer and dryer, when they get new furniture, when they get new stuff, and this old stuff is not bad, they'll sometimes just throw it out by the road. I have one of my best contacts. He's a scrapper, and he actually goes around every week and picks stuff up out of the trash. While he's picking it up, he's taking pictures of it and sending it to me to sell it to me, because that's how he makes money from me, is by selling me stuff that he's got out of the trash. So if you're not opposed to that, a lot of times it feels very uncomfortable to pick stuff up out of the trash, and I totally get that. That's how I am too.
Especially when I'm videoing you doing it.
Yeah. So, but even when I'm in doubt about something, or if I'm even questioning something, I'll go up to the door if I find something really good at the road, and I'll knock on the door and say, hey, are you guys really throwing that away? If they say yes, I say, do you mind if I take it? I've done this tons of times, and then I just tell them. That way it doesn't look like I'm just trying to sneak something off the road. I knocked on the door. They said, yeah, take it if you want it. And they're happy that I take it because it's not going to the landfill, like I said. So a lot of times that's a way that I do it. And sometimes if it's something small, I'll just grab it and throw it in our stroller when we're walking, or I'll come back if it's bigger and do it in the truck. So but that is one of the best ways to get free items is checking the stuff that people are throwing away, because you will find amazing deals.
Yeah, a lot of times people do put it on the side of the road because they want somebody to take it too. They don't want to mess with it to take it to donate it. So they're hoping somebody will get it before the trash comes.
Yeah.
So and you've done that. You went and talked to a couple people. You've knocked on doors a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marion responded too. It seems like it can come up in conversation. I've started a new business, side hustle. Yeah, selling things people don't want. Yep. For sure. Renee asks, is there a way to print smear size labels instead of just half-page labels on a regular printer?
I don't know. We've never done it.
Yeah,
we always just print the half page. I print the half page and I fold it in half, and then I just tape it on the label. We don't even really have a...
we don't even print them on labels.
No, we don't. I just print them on regular papers.
Basic.
Yeah. So that's how we do it. There might be a way to do it, but I don't know. And it might even be in your settings when you're printing out labels.
Yeah,
you might be able to shrink the label down the size that you want, to where you can print a whole bunch on a page. But like I said, we don't do that. That's just the way what we know is what we do. So
I think we're mostly caught up. Keep putting your questions in, but we are going to bring on our friend and special guest for tonight.
Yeah. So
we're talking about how to start this business with no money. And Stacy started. She used to sell on eBay back in the day, and she started 2 years ago getting back into it with 50 cents, and has turned that into over $60,000 in the last 2 years. Right?
Yep.
All right. 63,000?
63,000.
So
how amazing is that, guys? So that just goes to show that the possibilities are endless in this business. You guys can find amazing deals. Stacy, talk to us a little bit about kind of how you started out and what you did in the first flip that you did.
Well, like I said, or like Melissa said, around 2007, I started just flipping items. I started with my kids' wrestling clothes, and just sold that, and it was our extra money. We just did it for
fun money.
I call it our fun money, or my beauty treatment money. I'd get my toenails.
That's it.
And I had no idea that you could actually make a living doing it. And in 2018, my husband and I wanted to save to get an RV. And so my husband said, if you can get the money, you can get the RV. So I said, okay, well, I got to figure out how to get the money. And I happened to come across Rob and Melissa on someone's blog. I watched their video and I thought, that makes sense. I think that's something that I could do. So my husband thought I was crazy. He didn't want me to do it, but he just needed to see it.
And that's how a lot of people are.
So I thought, I saw them and I watched what they were selling and I thought, I wonder what I could do if I just like started with 50 cents. So I had 50 cents. I went to a yard sale. I picked up it was a Dodge Ram little center cup.
Like a hubcap.
A hubcap.
Yeah.
I picked it up. I sold it on eBay for $75. And to this day, I've not put any other money in other than that.
Just reinvest it.
I just kept reinvesting it.
Yeah.
And
that is a great way to do it.
It is.
Because then you don't ever have to you're not going out money. You're taking a portion of your money, reinvesting it, and then using, spending the other money that you have. But you're always taking that little bit back and reinvesting it in. So you never have to pull any personal money out.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Actually, let's even throw in a challenge, guys. Everybody who's watching this right now or watches it in the future, go and find something, whether it's in the trash, whether it's at a yard sale or something like that. Start with that, find that and resell it, and then just keep rolling it. And let's see how far you can get. I'm telling you, we've done it. We did it with the chair out of the trash. Stacy did it with the 50-cent hubcap that she started with, and she's rolled it over. Now she's honed her skills. She's amazing at flipping. She is awesome. She's doing some big stuff. That, if you guys don't know us that well, that's our business model, is to do the bigger, sometimes bigger stuff, but more profitable items. The stuff that takes less of our time and to make more profits. That's what we look for. That's what we specialize in. That's what Stacy is kind of adapted in her business. That's really made a huge difference. But I want to encourage you guys, challenge you guys to find something this week that you can get out of the trash. You can find at a yard sale, spend very little money into it, and then just keep rolling that money. Don't touch the money, but just keep investing in it and watch how far you guys are going to be able to go with it. So
and keep us posted.
Please.
Maybe we should do another challenge ourselves in the next couple months.
Yeah, maybe we should throw another challenge together, because it's so much fun to see this business, guys, what you're able to do in the business. So yeah, it's really awesome.
I'm trying to see if I can read the comments from this far away. I'm almost gonna be 40 soon. I don't know. No, I could. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions or comments for us, or Stacy while she's on, we have her here with us. And it was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Stacy!
Yep. Belated birthday.
So it's been really fun to see what she has done.
While she's on vacation.
Right before we got here, she sold a sidecar,
motorcycle sidecar.
For how much?
$3,300.
$3,300. And how much you pay for it? $200.
That's amazing.
Paid for vacation.
Those are the kind of flips that we talk about. Is very. I mean, $200. Trust me, it's a little bit of an investment. But when you see what you're able to invest, and you can see this motorcycle sidecar had to have been probably, I don't know, anywhere from $5,000 or $6,000. It's a sweet car. She sold it for probably half of what retail was on it. Somebody got an amazing deal, and she made a ton of money on it. So that just shows you kind of how flipping works. Melissa and I, the same thing with we didn't sell the sidecar's a little bit bigger, but the thing that we sold was very, very small, going to fit in a box. I could probably ship it USPS because of how small it is. And we made $300, $330 on the first one, and $300 on the second.
And so sold them.
I did, and it's all over.
He told the guy, "I have another set if you want them." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, I want another set."
Yeah.
So it worked out.
It's all over. So yeah, it is. It's amazing what you can do from little to big. You guys can, if you're looking for those items that have the higher profit, that's what we've specialized in. That's what we've learned to do, to be able to spend more time with our family, spend more time with each other. It just works better. It's the business model that works for us. Maybe not for everybody, but it works for us, and that's what we enjoy doing.
Marion was talking about having contacts, and somebody else asked a question. So how do I find contacts?
That comes from the business. I mean, I'll let Stacy talk. Stacy's built a couple contacts as well. Go ahead, Stacy. You answer it first, how you've been able to do it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when I'm looking at things like on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, I can see outside the picture. If they have like a lot of different items, I think, oh, this person either works at a scrapyard or buys a lot of these items, and then I'll just try to make contacts like that. Let them know kind of what I do and that I'm interested in buying. Also, I just made simple cards, just with like little cards that I carry with me. Just with it, all it has is my name and my phone number, and then on the back I can flip it over and tell them items that I'm looking for. And so if I see someone just with a bunch of stuff, like at a yard sale or flea markets or anything, I could just hand it out, tell them who I am, and then I've made several contacts that way too. So
yeah, that's awesome. And the way we've done it is through the flea market. Most of our contacts came from our local flea market that I go to, vendors that I see week after week. The consistency is huge in this business, guys, as well. But week after week, the vendors that I constantly see that are churning merchandise, that's the kind of stuff that I like, and they have the right prices, I start talking to them a little bit more, small talk with them, shoot the breeze with them for a couple minutes when I'm at their spot where they're selling. And then sooner or later, they start telling me, when they see what I'm buying, hey, I got something back in my storage. You want to take down my phone number, call me in the week. And then when you start building those contacts, they're going to start texting you throughout the week of stuff that they're finding. Most of my contacts, like I said, the one scrap guy that actually picks up out of the trash, he does a lot of that stuff.
He was from the flea market.
He was. That's where I originally met him, but that's what he does. And then a lot of the other vendors buy during the week storage auctions. So they're buying storage auctions, whole lots of storage auctions. They bring it all back to the flea market and sell it. When I found those people, I mean, like I said, I just start talking to them at the flea market week after week, and then I build that communication with them. Now, when they buy a storage locker or an auction, they're actually sending me a picture of it before they even take it to the flea market. And I'm getting a chance to buy it before it even goes out in front of anybody else. So contacts are really, really huge in this business. That will help you go so much further.
I'm going to add, that's not something that you made a priority in the beginning
it's
either.
not.
You didn't start doing that really until we took this seriously as a business.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, because you really didn't want to tell anybody what we did, because he's like, I'm selling this stuff on eBay, but all the people that he knows that he sells on eBay, they choose not to do it, and they could totally do it. And that's another thing that people think, like, why aren't they selling it online if you're going to sell it? Because they don't want to do it. They don't want to mess with it.
It's all about business models, guys. This is their business model. They buy from the storage auction. They turn the money really quick at the flea markets. That's their business models. Some flippers' business models are buy a whole bunch of, what is it called? Pallets, or inventory, just a whole bunch of stuff that they can sell for a little bit of profit on each item, and they sell thousands of items within a month, within a year.
Sorry, you're still on.
Okay, so they sell thousands of items to make the money that they're doing. Our business model is different. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just what works for us is finding those items, and we make a lot more money on them, that we're able to work less, on shipping, on sourcing, on all that kind of stuff. We work less time to be able to make more money. So that, like I said, that is our business model.
But don't get overwhelmed trying to find contacts either, because you just need to start talking. And even thrift stores too. You did start to talk to some thrift store owners. If you go to thrift store once or twice a week, you can get to know people, and they'll start, they can hold stuff in the back for you even if they know that you're going to come and you're looking for certain kinds of things. So there was that one lady that was really nice at the downtown thrift store that we would go to all the time. It was a long time ago. Habitat, that lady, and then the one lady, and then she ended up leaving or something.
Yeah, well, same thing with our last two contacts from Habitat. They both left after a couple years, and I haven't rebuilt the contact with the new manager. But most of those places, like I said, if you're in there once or twice a week, you'll start to shoot the breeze with these people. Tell them. Stacy even built a great contact with. You have a thrift store guy, didn't you? Yeah, she built a great contact with one as well. That it's not that hard when you're in this business, when you're consistent with where you're trying to source from. You can build those contacts. The other thing is Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Let Go. When you do see people that are selling multiple items that look like they came from trash or whatever it is, multiple items that are weird, and they're selling them for a low dollar amount. That's what we look for, is the lower investment on our part. And then they have a whole bunch of weird items. Those are people that have a good connection somewhere that you want to try and make a connection with them. When you go to buy the item and pick it up, you want to try and, say, hey, if you come across any more of these items, this is stuff that I like to buy, and then get the phone number, whatever you're doing, and just build that contact.
Have their own workshop or junkyard.
Exactly.
They just sell on Marketplace to get rid of some extra stuff.
Yeah. So, you have any more questions?
Yeah. Do you fix items or repurpose them to sell them?
Yes. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. It just depends on what the item is and what kind of deal it is.
We prefer to buy them not needing fixing, because we have a lot of projects.
We do. But nowadays, even if you're not very handy, you don't know how to fix stuff, you can go on YouTube and find videos for everything. Just like this video, we're trying to give you guys instructional stuff, how to do it, how to make money. It's the same thing.
Love going on YouTube.
I do. And that's the same thing for me. If I have to fix something and I don't know that much about it, I jump onto YouTube and look for a video. And that's how we do it. So
my wife and I invested $48 and she profit of $300, and we'll reinvest it back and let you know.
Awesome.
Awesome, Martin. Hello from the Villages. Hi, Ron. Did Stacy get the RV?
Oh,
not yet.
Not yet. But we did. We had a goal of saving $20,000. We saved it, and it was all from flipping. And now we're just kind of waiting to see.
To decide.
We really, after we worked so hard to save the money, and we found out, other ways that we can travel inexpensively.
Yeah.
We're just, but the money's set aside for that. So
they do
when
have,
a good-
they
when a
did,
good-
yeah.
good deal comes along.
They do have the money, but they're in a pivotal part of their life too, because John just retired. So they're still trying to figure out.
decide if that's what they want.
Exactly.
Right?
So, but she did make the money. She did make it. So that was the important part. That's awesome.
So it's ready whenever you want to.
Whenever you find a good deal.
I got business cards on Vistaprint for $20.
Awesome.
Yep. I love Vistaprint.
Yeah,
You
me
can do
too.
some good stuff on there.
For sure.
Some would rather sell it than pack it up into their truck. Exactly. That's totally true. Networking. Yep. What if you live in a small rural area that doesn't have local flea markets? It has 2 thrift stores that are mostly clothing, and most local Facebook sites.
Yeah, definitely check the apps. Check OfferUp,
Yeah.
LetGo, Craigslist, all of those apps. Nowadays, there's so many great reselling apps. And then check yard sales. If you're in a rural place, usually you can get somewhere that has yard sales or something like that. And if you do not have very active apps in your area, check your closest towns. If you want to make this business work, you have to have you have to be able to find the items to source. And if your closest town is maybe 45 minutes to an hour away, make a trip there once a week. Start scrolling through the apps in that town. Set up a couple appointments for one day. Make a trip there. Try to get a couple items.
Totally worth your time.
That's
to
it.
do
Come back and then clean them up, list them and sell them, and then go back out and do the same thing. You might have a couple towns that are, an hour away from you. You just have to make the best of what you have. If you're in a rural place, definitely check the yard sales, check the apps on the local towns around you. And that's, I'll drive 45 minutes to an hour to pick up something good. I'll do it all day long.
An hour is like the other side of Orlando.
It is. And I do it all the time. If there's
Yeah.
something good, I'm going to go get it because the money's there to be made and I want to go make it. So
Yeah, but if you can set up a couple appointments and then drop into thrift stores in a bigger town from you, like once a week, or that is a
yeah,
really
the way to
good,
go for sure.
practice. Then you're consistent too. If you're consistent with that, you'll start to get to know those thrift store owners. They might text you during the week too after
Yep.
a while. So.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, when you are picking up stuff, if you're making appointments on the apps, check out those thrift stores in the towns,
Right.
and do the same thing. That is an awesome idea to keep up with those thrift stores too, because you might find some thrift stores have some amazing donations that you can really make some good money on when you're in those towns. So yeah, you always want to check that out. Make the most out of your trip if you're making a trip for business.
Do you have extra space to store all these items?
Yes. We didn't start out that way, guys. We
No.
started out in a duplex. I used my extra bedroom to store, ship, store package, and list all that kind of stuff. And then we started slowly getting extra space. Now we have a warehouse that we store stuff in. We work out of.
That was just this last year.
Yeah,
though,
it's
so.
that. I mean, it's all in steps, guys. We don't ever tell anybody go out and buy a truck. Don't go buy a
Storage
trailer.
unit.
Yeah, any of that stuff. Stacy can speak to this too because Stacy started out with nothing other than you guys have had
A van.
yeah,
That was it.
and now she's upgraded. And go ahead, tell a little bit about where you started out and how you did it.
It's still just in the garage. No, you have one storage, right?
I have a storage. Yeah.
But it started in the garage.
But for me, I was consistently making, quite a bit every month, and the items that I was getting were larger, which, you only have so much room.
Right.
Yep.
For me, it was worth the money to get that organized kind of outside my house. And then because we were getting such large items, then we have really great friends that really came alongside us and let us use their truck. And,
That's
I
awesome.
love that you have so many
yeah.
people that helped you with trucks and
Oh
stuff. Because a
my
lot of people
gosh.
having a truck
not
is
only
an
that,
issue,
like
but-
lifting.
Yeah.
The husband would come along and help us lift it, and he helped us with pallets. Just really, really good friends, our friends Lorraine and Ted. So, but after that, my husband said, I think we should get a trailer. So we bought a little trailer, and my husband put it together for me, and now we got a trailer.
That's it.
Now we're ready for an enclosed trailer.
That's it. So you start where you're at, guys. Wherever you're at, that's what you start with until you start making some profits. So you make money and you enjoy it.
Right.
If you don't enjoy this business, it might not be for you. But if you enjoy the hunt, the whole game of it, I absolutely love the hunt for the deal, and then selling it and making all that money. That's what I love. I enjoy. If you enjoy that, then you just do it slow. You start out where you're at, and as you slowly but surely build, you invest in a storage unit if you have to, a pod, whatever you have to do. Invest in a truck once you get down the road, but never ever
Don't start.
jump into this and start investing into all that stuff, and then to find out 2 months down the road you don't really enjoy the business. Wait till you're making money and you enjoy it to go to the next level. For
We
sure.
just used a shed.
We did.
We put a shed in the backyard, and that's what we had, a 500 square foot house whenever we first were
Yeah.
married, and so we had a shed, and that's all we had. So there was absolutely no storage inside the house. So,
Yeah.
and we did that for a long time. We didn't get a storage unit for years until we really started to do this a lot more.
Yeah.
So, let me see. Sorry, we got a little bit. I like to repurpose, but it's hard to find to sell things I find nobody would want to buy it. I'm a creative and like to repurpose. Yeah, there's a lot of furniture. If you like to repurpose furniture, there is a lot of good pieces. If you find stuff with good bones, I mean, people throw out so much good stuff, and you can totally redo it, and people will want it. What were you gonna say?
No, well, the real key is when you're repurposing stuff, you need to get it to a bigger audience than your local people. That's what one of the biggest downfalls to repurposers. You won't go the extra mile to start shipping your items.
Shipping it
and I understand if you go out and try to ship something, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to ship a piece of furniture until you understand how to do it. And that's what we've invested in, is learning the shipping, the freight business. That's where we put Flipper University together to teach people how to do that kind of stuff. That is the important part if you're a furniture flipper, is to learn how to do that so you can ship stuff for $100 to $200, and then your buyers will pay the money that you're asking, the money that it's really worth, and they'll pay the extra money for shipping as well. So that is one big key, is freight shipping if you're into that industry. On creative designing stuff that's amazing,
but more unique. Like it's got to be to the right person.
Yeah,
you've got to get it to the audience.
Exactly, it's got to have good bones. You can't do IKEA stuff and try to repurpose it or do something like that. It's got to be good, solid wood, good quality stuff that you're repurposing. That's really going to make it worth a lot of money when you repurpose it with your design. And then that you have to get it out to a bigger audience, and that's how you make your money. So.
Weird items. Considering buying a kiln for sale pretty cheap. Could be homespun, but I know nothing about them. How do I go about figuring it out if it's a good buy?
YouTube, Google. Yeah, YouTube, Google, eBay. Just start doing your research. This business is about research. If you don't know something, you got to get into Google, find out how much it retails for. You got to get into eBay, see what it's selling for. There's a lot of different avenues that you have to do your research. It's the same thing for me. I've never really sold a kiln, I don't think. I don't think I have. Maybe back in the day it's possible, but that's it. You just search the model and the serial number, or the model number and the brand name. Find out what you can find out about it.
The name, the name, and then the number in a Google search, and stuff will come up. So
definitely start there and just do your research. And if it's worth the money that you see, then grab it. That's what we do for every item that we find and we don't know anything about.
If it hasn't sold on eBay, if there hasn't been one, because it's so different, we always figure we can get at least probably half a retail, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depends. So, but we can probably sell it for half a retail if it's in good shape.
Yeah.
So
and everything works.
It's just kind of a rule of thumb.
Yep.
It's not always, like not every time, but pretty close. Found your videos this past week. Sold 2 items around the house for $200.
Awesome. Good for you.
Chase Lawn has found an estate sale and flipped it at 50% profit. Good job.
Awesome.
Way to go.
We love those victories. That's amazing.
Click it. It always hides it. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Have my local Goodwill says they gave the tractor trailer parked in the parking lot crammed with donations, but not all employees back yet, so very little to put on the shelf.
Yeah, that's understandable where we're at right now.
Such a all the craziness going on. They're still trying to get stuff set out. So maybe you can get some people before they've even brought the stuff to the donation centers, because everybody's been cleaning out their house for the last 3 months. So before they even, they might have already donated it, but maybe some people haven't. They still got 4 boxes of stuff that they're going to go donate. So maybe if you put a post out, people get some stuff. Advice on shipping: have a living room chair that I refurbished. I would love to list. Not sure what to put on the listing as far as how much shipping would be, and then where to go from there. Yeah, that's kind of like what we talked about, guys. Freight shipping is where to go for the items that have high retail. You can't, if you're trying to sell something that's got a retail of like $500 and you're going to get $250 for it, that the people aren't going to pay an extra $150, $200 for shipping. So it's got to be something that's worth the money that people will pay the extra money for shipping. Remember that? Was it Peacock chair that Lindy shipped? What was the name of that brand? Remember that brand? You helped her. She got a quote from FedEx for like $900, and you helped her. She freight shipped it, but it was a expensive brand name chair, but it was gonna be like $900 to ship at FedEx. Yeah, you don't remember? I vaguely. I remember the Acorn chair that Derek did. Acorn. Whatever. Yeah, I know how to flip, guys. I don't know these name brands. So, anyways, grammar. No, but yeah, you have to see it. Make sure that the brands are definitely worth enough to warrant shipping. Exactly. Yeah. Warrant was the word I was looking for. 2 more items in the pipeline, both free. One from Craigslist, another from a neighbor.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that either. There are a lot of people that list stuff on OfferUp, Craigslist, and Let Go that they just want to get rid of, and they'll list it on there with pictures or even not pictures and ask you. Yeah, they'll tell it's for free. That's another way to find free items. It's a great way to find free items. If you don't want to go through and find stuff out of the trash, that's another avenue.
Research is key. Thanks, Rob. After purchasing new appliances, I found I could repair a dishwasher I thought was dead and sold for $250.
Good for you.
Awesome.
That rocks.
And Marion, so we have a member in our group that I call the Queen of Free. She loves the free section of Craigslist. Yeah, she does awesome.
Dottie?
Yeah, she does awesome.
Yeah, she does. She makes some sweet sales.
What are your thoughts on storage auctions for sourcing?
Definitely, you can do it. We don't go that route just because it's an investment. Usually a larger investment into storages and
more risk.
More risk, but you don't. I want to pick my items out, and I want to pay less for the item. The one item that I know is worth money. Storage auctions, you have a lot of stuff, and you got to remove all that stuff. It's just a different business model than what we do. Not right, not wrong. Just different than what we do, and I buy from those people because I pick and choose what I want. The one thing that I do want out of that storage auction versus buying everything in it.
Well,
so,
you prefer like regular auctions. Those are fun. Like,
but you're buying a single item, not a whole lot of stuff that you have to get rid of. So,
have you ever flipped a piano?
Yes, I have. And we have 2 pianos right now. One's an organ and one's a piano. So I still say pianos are the way to go. I think you can get them very, very cheap people will pay money for them. But yeah,
depends on the brand. On the quality.
Always. Not cheap stuff. It's got to be the stuff that's worth the money, that people will pay the money and pay to ship them too. So yes.
What do you think about doing consignment for friends or family?
It's another business model. If you can make money at it, 100% do it. And especially starting out, if you don't have a lot of inventory and you're helping other people get rid of stuff, make sure it's warranting your work that you're doing, you're putting into it. Don't underprice
your hourly
price.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to make sure that you're making money on it, because I've done that in the past. When I started, I had a lot of people who wanted me to partner with them and sell some stuff. But just remember, it's work to list it, clean it, sell it, ship it, all that kind of stuff. So you definitely want to make sure that the split is worth it for you. So
it's a great way, especially like if you're starting out on eBay and you're trying to build up your feedback. It's a great way. You don't have to go put out any money either to get inventory. So it's a great way to get started. And after you have more under your belt, you can kind of pick and choose the more expensive stuff that's worth it to sell for people. So we've done that. We have a lot of people who have done that in the past. So I think we're caught up.
Sweet.
Oh wait, maybe not. Where do you get a trailer to pick up items and then bring it? Where did you get a trailer to pick up items then bring to carrier?
You can rent trailers anywhere. We have trailers. I mean, since we've been in the business so long, we do have trailers. We have all size trailers.
We got ours from probably OfferUp.
Yeah, we have 16-foot.
You got yours from Harbor Freight. But even Lisa, who did her first freight ship ever, didn't have a truck, didn't have a trailer. She rented one from U-Haul. Yeah. But because she got something out of the trash for free.
Well, it wasn't out of the trash. It was on OfferUp for free.
Sorry, on OfferUp for free. She sold it for $1,000. She ended up renting a truck, renting a trailer, but her profit was still $600 after all that. And it was so worth it for her to rent the truck and trailer.
Yeah. So definitely, rent, if you don't have one, then rent one. Rent one from U-Haul, rent one from Lowe's, Home Depot. All of those places rent trucks and trailers. So start out with that. You can rent them for like $20 a day in most places. So start out with that until you start to, like I said, it's the same thing. Until you start to get good, start to really need it for the stuff that you're doing. Then you can look out to buy one. You can go and buy one and start with that too.
Okay, Linda said her business model is consignment for friends and family. $200 profit a month so far. Good.
Awesome. Good for you. That rocks.
So he said, I never do consignment less than 50%, just not worth it. Yeah, that's a pretty good split.
It is.
Most people would agree to that, I think.
Yeah.
So it depends on the item and what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
it is. It's a lot of work into it. Exactly. But they have the
they,
investment into it. Exactly. So I think that's a fair split. Definitely. You just have to make sure that both of you are on the same page with that and you understand that. So
I think we're caught up.
Sweet.
So in short, our answer to the question of how much do you need is nothing. And just being diligent of putting that money back into your business, taking a percentage and putting it back into your business. I mean, you've been really good at that. So, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add since we have you here tonight?
No,
anything?
Glad to be here with you guys.
So,
for sure. Yeah. That's awesome.
So
cool.
We're excited that we got to do this tonight. So, and
if you guys have any questions, you guys know how to reach out to us, please. please give us the thumbs up, subscribe where you can on YouTube. We're here. We want to do more of these. Like I said, we're trying to do this more consistently to answer questions and to help you guys out. But you know, any love you guys can show us, please do it. It helps us immensely. So
yep. Do you guys do clothes at all? We don't personally.
I mean, we do. Sold a pair of shorts.
Oh,
yesterday.
I did just sell a pair of shorts. Okay,
no,
so
we don't do it other than yeah. We
sometimes
don't.
Those were given to us. So sometimes people give us like boxes or brand name stuff, and we'll do brand name every once in a while. But
she made $25, and her quote was right after she said, "This is totally not worth it." So no, we do not usually do that because that's the lower model of
unless you're doing high-end brand name stuff.
Yes.
If you know brand names and you're doing high-end shoes, jeans, like some designer stuff, it could be totally worth it. But for us, the smaller stuff isn't that worth it. It's just like the clothes is not and I'm not really fashionable, so I don't enjoy like if I loved fashion, it would be completely different. But I don't really. I just want to get it out. So, but I'll do it for a little bit here and there. So, thanks. Have a great rest of the week. My issue is just that me and heavy items are not something I can do right now, and that's fine.
It's understandable.
Yep, it doesn't have to. You don't have to do it if it's not going to work.
But remember, not all high profit items are heavy.
Right.
Like the things we sold, we just made $630
They're in a little box.
A couple days ago. These are very small. There's items out there that you can make great profit on, high dollar profit, and they do not have to be heavier freight shipped. So don't totally cut out that business model. It's just you might have to search a little bit harder for those items, but they are out there. They're out there to make some money for sure.
Yeah.
So
all right,
you guys rock. Thanks for jumping on here.
Thank
we will
you.
talk to you next Monday.
Yep.
Think of any questions you guys have, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good night.
See ya!
Bye.